got a question for you. Would you pay somebody to get you prepared the best you can be to find an opportunity that you absolutely want? So the reason I say that is because traditionally when you go to recruiters, right, you don't pay, the client pays, right? But what's the one thing everybody complains about when it comes to recruiting? We all know it, right? The recruiters never, you know it, call you back, or else they ghost you. So if you don't have good relationships with a recruiter, or they're not finding the ideal position, what use is that for you? For you guys, you're making a certain income that you have to invest in your career, right? So whatever it is that you're doing, you need to invest. The reason when I went into business, I took 25 years of headhunting and 9 years, or at the time, I guess, a little under 7 years of being a coach, and I blended it together. And I wanted to be different than every other recruiter out there that people work with that complain about it's just not a good experience. They never call me back. They don't have any positions. Time and time again, you hear those things, right? But here's the deal. When you're working with a recruiter, you have to be the best of the best. If you're a B player, the chances of you getting placed in this economy is going to be tough. And you got to ask yourself, okay, when you get to a certain age, I know nobody wants to talk about age. We can talk about gender, we can talk about race, we can talk about everything, but God forbid you bring up the age. But I'm here to tell you, we are in a society that I see nothing else more by any extreme than ageism when clients are looking for individuals, when companies are looking for individuals. So if you are at a certain age and you're looking for a great new position, you have to bring your A game. If you live in a desirable area, Nashville, anywhere in Florida, out west, maybe in certain areas out west, maybe not California, but certain areas that are very desirable to go to, Texas, big time, Austin, big time. You have to really raise your game because everybody in the country is applying to those positions. So if you just go in with, hey, I'm just going to update this doggone resume I've been updating for the last decade or so, maybe tweaked it a little bit, I'll just throw up my picture on LinkedIn, And then, oh, by the way, I haven't posted anything or done any content, but what would that matter? I'm just going for a C-level VP position. I mean, I'm not engaged at all. And then, are you involved in any networking events? No, I don't do networking. Oh, tell me about any doing philanthropy, any boards? No, not involved in that either. Really? So you're top of your game? No, you're now a B- C player at best. So what I do is I take B and C players or even A- players and then bring them to the next level. So let me give you an example. I had a guy today that said, 35 years, there's no way I'm paying a recruiter to help me. I thought, 35 years? You absolutely need to have me help you. And I just looked at your LinkedIn and you need me to help you because you've got to reinvent yourself and rebrand yourself. Okay? How many times have you reinvented yourself in your career? I've done it at least 5 times, right? From my 20s, and then I started out, and then I got into management, and then I got in senior management, and I reinvented myself there, and then, but we all do that, right? And I just did it when I opened my own firm. I reinvented myself, and I'm on social media more, and I'm taking more risks and chances, and I hired a coach to help me get to do that as well. So if you think you're not involved in any philanthropy, you're not involved in networking, you haven't really been social on LinkedIn, and it doesn't, you commenting once in a while and liking once in a while is not engaging. What are you bringing to the table? You need somebody to help you, because if you think you can find an opportunity doing the old kind of, I'm just going to apply to Indeed, I'm just going to apply to LinkedIn, I'm going to tell you it's not going to work, and you're not going to get the money you're used to. So if you want to get the salary you want, and you want to be presented in a way that makes you look like you are at the level you should be. When I look at people's LinkedIn resume, no executive bio, and they think that they should be making a certain income, I'm like, you need to be retransfer. I need to transfer you from where you're at today. We need to reinvent you to something new. And that's not a bad thing, but they need it. So you absolutely need somebody to help you with that. If it's not me, find somebody else. But there's not a lot of people that have 25 years of experience, like myself, and also a career coach. Because here's the biggest thing, right? A career coach is not here just to find you a job. You can do that on your own. I know you can. It's not going to be a great position if you don't get coaching though. Because let's be honest, you guys are CFOs, CEOs, you're used to negotiating top-notch contracts. You're used to doing things. But isn't it funny, when we come to negotiate our own salary, we're not so great, are we? What if that negotiation got you $10,000, $15,000? What if that STL or LTL got you better options? What if you got equity? What if you actually were going to be able to get in front of the board more so you can get visibility? So then when you retire, you can consult, and now you're networking and you're meeting new people. Are you thinking about all those things, or are you just thinking about getting a job? Because if you want a job, I'm probably not your gal. But if you want to rebrand, reinvent, and really take your game to the next level, do you know that you're not working at the level you should be, and you want something more for your career, then you got to invest. It's funny, we'll invest in a new home, a brand new car, vacations, everything else. But when it comes to actually investing in our career, which for some of us is some of your biggest assets for you, meaning you're not trading on the stock, you don't have a ton put away for retirement, what is your biggest asset, maybe besides your home? It's your career. And if you're not monopolizing and getting the best and putting the best front out there of you, whether it be on LinkedIn or your resume, how you're presenting yourself, but more importantly, it's actually when you get the first interview. You've got to get out there and interview and knock their socks off. How many times have you interviewed somebody the first time? The first time you're like, ooh, we got a good one. We like this one. We got to keep this one. All right, Jimmy, now when you go in there, you need to sell it because we want to keep this one, right? We know from day one when we interview them, we like them, right? And we hope it's only going to get better. That starts your negotiation from the first call you have and the first in-person meeting you have. But people think negotiating happens at offer stage. Oh, no, it does not. And it's all the other things that happen in between of that really make you different from your peers. If you're applying for a VP, CEO, CFO role, what's your competition bringing? I'm saying things that people don't know or say. Are they younger? Did they come from a better school? What do they have that's going to have over you? You better bring some other stuff. And guys, I'm going to tell you, experience is not always going to be the driver of their interest. It has to be something else. At the level you're going in at, you're a problem solver. It's great. You can look in the rearview mirror and be proud of your career. That's phenomenal. But what does that do for me? What do I get out of it when I hire you? I want to know I can bring you in and you can solve the problems I have, right? Whether I'm private equity, whether I'm VC, whether I'm the CEO and I'm hiring, my replacement, or I'm hiring the CFO or the chief of staff or the VP or the SVP. I need to know that you can come in and bring an ROI right away. You can help the bottom line right away. You get EBITDA and you know how important it is. Our cash flow sucks. We were doing M&A a ton, but the Fed's raised interest rates, so we're not doing a lot of M&A, and there's talks that they're going to raise it again. So are you in a position where you are marketing yourself in the best way possible? Are you grade A plus, the best of the best? And if you're not, and you're out there, you're leaving money on the table, you guys. Money on the table. And here's the other thing. When you work with someone like myself, who has been a headhunter and a career coach, I'm going to show you what you need to do today to get you ready so you can have financial freedom and consult into your how many ever years you want to do that. So do you know how many people come to me and want another job only to tell them, why are you doing that? You should be consulting. Especially when the economy is in flux, consulting is actually better. Companies hire more